Hello and welcome to the German New Medicine Stories podcast. Please note that nothing that I or any of my guests say here is or should be misinterpreted as medical information or advice. These are personal stories, not prescriptions. Okay, so today a mother named Amber shares some fantastic stories. They are so good. Um, the first one is about a case of whooping cough related to a territorial issue around food that just I found so fascinating. And then a case of impetigo in a child. And then also a really interesting story about cold sores related to smoking weed and kind of this inner contradiction around doing that. And then finally, a sort of family diarrhea vomit fest in relation to coming home from a family trip. So lots of good mothering nuggets in this one, and I hope you enjoy.
Okay, so he just one night started coughing, and it was like the cough where it sounds like a barking. It sounds like your throat is just like rubbing, like there's no mucus. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, he coughed all night, and so the next day, I'd already learned about German New Medicine, and I remember distinctly that the day before we had been at a friend's house, we had made dinner, and they had kids. And their kids, when it came time to eat, they um, got to eat macaroni and cheese. And my son was like, I don't want this. Like, I want macaroni and cheese. And we just, that was something that we had never offered our kids anything else, anything other than what we were eating. And so I think, like, looking back, I think that's where the conflict, like where his perception changed. Like he was like, I didn't know that I had a choice.
Right.
And so, um, but even then, like I could not figure, I looked up the whole cough thing and I'm learning GNM. Let me look. Yeah. So I looked up the cough thing and it really wasn't matching, I guess. Like
Like the
it,
territorial fear, is that what you were looking at?
I didn't, yeah, I didn't look at I guess I didn't look into it enough
Hmm.
because I just immediately thought that it was a morsel conflict. He had wanted the mac and cheese, which,
Okay.
can lead to a cough too, but it's a different kind of cough. Like
Yes.
it's different symptoms. Um, and so at the same time, so this cough continued to go on for months. Like up until I joined your Sherlock, he was still coughing almost every night, sometimes
Okay.
during the day. Like sometimes there would be a day or two break. And so the interesting thing is that he was a very picky eater.
Hmm.
And I was not good with that. um, so I cook everything from scratch. And so, when I make eggs and he doesn't like eggs, or I make soup and he doesn't like soup, I'm just like, well, you have to eat it. Like, that's the only thing that you're getting. And it was a power dance. It was like, he's like, no, it's my choice. I'm not eating it. And I was like, yes, you are. So when I
Mm.
joined Sherlock, it just kind of like registered to me. You must have said something because it registered to me that obviously he was still having this conflict. Like something was still happening to trigger this. He wasn't coughing constantly. Like,
Right.
so I looked back on German medicine, found the whooping cough, like found the territorial. It was, he was, it was his territory that I was stepping in. It was his choice to make what he ate. So, like when I learned that, I had to come like to a decision like he's gonna have to be able to eat what he wants. Like you can offer him something, but if he doesn't want to eat that, you need to figure out a way for him. He can make a sandwich, like he can cook it and he can clean up. I mean, by this time he was almost 6, I guess. So I like it. So I figured out a way for it to work for me because I wanted it to keep going. Like And so then I talked to him and I was like, okay, so it is your choice. I wasn't really like, at that point, I wasn't really to the kids associating the conflict, like the reason for the symptoms. I just wanted to talk to him about it. And so I was like, talk to him really about what I perceived was going on in their heads. So I just told him, like, you're the only one who knows what you like. I wouldn't want to eat anything that I didn't like. So if you don't like something, you can tell me. Like, you can always tell me. And we can figure something else out. Like, we have other food in the house. And so it took a few weeks because it was hard for me. uh,
It was hard for
and
you to watch him like not eat the food that you had made.
yeah, yeah, because in my opinion, it was good food. Like,
Right.
yeah. And so
And you
he
had
didn't
worked
like it.
hard on it and like food
Yeah, and
matters. Yeah.
and his tastes were changing. So one week he would like something, and then the
Mm,
next week he would not like it.
hmm.
Um, and so eventually his cough just went away, and he hasn't. There has been one time, and I remember it actually specifically. So he had liked, I don't know if they're called German pancakes or Dutch baby pancakes. Have you heard of them?
Yes. Yeah.
So he had liked them, and then so I was making one day. I also, one thing that I would do is I would always tell him what I was cooking before I put it in front of him to kind of give him like a heads up. So I guess that day I did not say like what I was cooking because I knew he liked it, or I
Right.
thought he liked it. So I set it down and he didn't want to eat it. And I was like, "But you like Dutch babies." And he was like, "I'll eat it. It's fine." Like, he still had that option, but he chose to eat it. And then that night he was coughing, and but that's the only like relapse.
That
So
is so interesting. Okay, so perhaps it sounds like he's been a picky eater for a while, but it didn't occur to him that there was an option to eat or not eat
I
until
really, yeah,
until you like had this situation with the friends where the kids were allowed to make their own choice. They ate the mac and cheese. He has this epiphany of like, oh my gosh, there's like power I can exert. There's a thing that could be mine. Oh, what a cool story. Okay,
like
so
it
his
can be my
territory.
choice. Like, he
Yeah.
didn't, because it had never. I mean, he's got an older brother, so he's the second,
Yes.
and his older brother will eat anything. Like,
Yes.
he loves everything, and so
Wow. Cool.
yeah,
That's such a neat story. Okay. So then the territory is like, yeah, my stomach, my rules,
yeah,
like,
just like
uh-huh.
his. I get to choose what I eat, like what goes into
Yeah.
my body. That's my territory, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. No, 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 that makes total
It
sense.
fit the
Okay, so
bill.
then
I mean, like,
right. Right.
mhm.
And so then basically the clear practical solution, not that that was maybe the only way, but the most obvious practical solution is just like, okay, you decide. Like
Yeah.
your choice with the
I mean,
food.
it's to me, it was like also the most respectful.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't like to eat stuff that I don't like to eat. And
It's true.
now being pregnant, I
Yeah.
cannot stand to eat eggs. And I'm like, oh, I see why you didn't like eggs. Like, he still
Uh-huh.
doesn't like eggs. He will eat
Uh-huh.
them. He'll go through phases, like where he'll want a hard boiled egg or like a hard fried egg, never scrambled eggs. And I'm like, I don't like scrambled eggs right now either.
Yeah. I
But
love this story so much, especially because it's like, when you look on learning genetics and you're like territorial fear, like your mind would not go, oh, kid wanting to make his own choices around food. Like
no.
that phrase does not like immediately evoke that image. And so it's like, oh, I don't territorial fear, whatever, right? And it's like those are just like placeholders. There's just like, let's say the best language Homer had and then translated into English. It's like they're not they often do not immediately evoke the answer. And
Yeah, right.
it's only
It's
when you kind of really begin to like know the concept of territory and then that combined with the timing of the symptoms, that combined with your
mm-hmm.
intimate knowledge as a mother of your son and his psyche and how he sees things, then you can piece all those pieces together for the particular human being in front of you instead of just like, oh, the scientific chart names. Yeah, I love it. What a cool story.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. It's probably one of my favorites because it went on for so long, and we
Yeah,
all
and
shared
he's because
a
he could be,
bedroom.
it makes so much sense also how he could be relapsing like with most meals in
Es-
that period of time when
Especially,
the symptom was consistent.
yeah, yeah. And now I think he's kind of grown out of it a little bit,
Yep. Yep.
just naturally. And
Totally.
so I think sometimes I can get away with making him eat something that he doesn't want to eat, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not had that cough since, 2024. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Both like the culture around food has changed a little bit, your understanding of the situation, and then obviously he's just matured with age, and so it's natural to
mhm.
grow out of conflicts. Super
Yeah.
neat. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to share the Impetigo story?
Yeah. Okay. So this one's a little actually they're all kind of embarrassing because it's always me. Uh I can see how much I exert power over my children and it's like, ugh, kind of icky. But um so this has to do with my oldest. So it was 2024 because my youngest had just been born. He was like 2 or 3 weeks old, and my son, my oldest son, started having symptoms of impetigo. And this was actually the second time he had
Which
had it,
basically
that
is like a rash, a
like
leaky,
a
pusty
rash that
rash on his face
oozes pus that is like a honey colored liquid and it gets really hard.
and crusty,
Um,
right?
Crusty, yes, yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, so this was actually the second time that he had. So this was in September 2024. Yeah, 2024. And earlier, probably around May, he had had it on his arms, and I just couldn't figure it out. Um, I really didn't know. Also, I was very pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't think I had the energy. So, um, yeah, he got it all on his nose, like, which I think is a pretty common place to get it. So, when I saw that, I was like, okay, what happened yesterday? Like, and what had happened was we had went to town to run some errands. We had just gotten home. We were in the driveway and he had a black cat on his nose. And so he was 8. He was 8 at the time. And I was like, let me pop your black cat. Cause and he was like, no, I don't want you to. It hurts. And I was like, I'll give you $5 if you let me pop your black cat. And so he let me pop his black cat. And he was like wincing. He was uncomfortable um and he said like, I don't like this. And I was like, I'm almost done. Like, hold still. and,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then the next day that happened. And it was I really think it was he wanted to separate from me. Like, he did
Mhm.
not want to be there right now. He didn't want my hands on his nose, popping his blackhead, but he also felt attacked.
Yeah,
I think the combination of those is like the rash, the itchy rash, and then the pus.
yeah, yeah.
And it
And
was
did that make
on.
a connection for you why he got it earlier on, or does that one didn't figure that
No,
out?
because it had been so long.
Yeah, it's
It was
hard.
on his arms too,
Yeah.
and it was on the inside of his arms. I
I mean, this is a perfect example of why I'm just like so so want moms to learn this stuff before something happens because it was such a minor situation, you know, like 6 months down the
mhm.
line, even
Yeah,
even a week later, you'd be like what happened?
you wouldn't
Whereas
remember it.
yeah, you wouldn't remember, right? Whereas because
That
you were right there, as soon as a symptom appeared, you knew what question to ask and you knew to look the day before and you still had the memory fresh of the day before. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, it is so much easier,
And you're
to
not
not let
worrying.
something become chronic and just catch it right away.
Yes. And so I think so apparently like impetigo
Hmm.
is very contagious and it spreads. Like everybody's like, don't scratch it. You'll make it spread all over. You
Yeah,
know, the other kids, like they'll get it. You're gonna have to go get antibiotics or whatever people prescribe for it. Um, and none of my kids ever got it. And it never spread. Like it stayed in that one place. And it honestly went away really quickly. Like it went away within like I want to say like 4 or 5 days.
and did you speak to him or did you just let it go?
Yeah, it's kind of I was very postpartum.
Yeah,
But I'm
3 weeks
almost
postpartum.
positive that like I did say like I'm pretty sure that you're having this rash because you didn't want me to pop your blackhead.
Yeah,
Like your body was trying to help you and now it's having to go back to its original state, which is painful.
yeah.
Um, but the cool thing was like my mom kept getting really upset because we had a newborn baby, like a 3 week old baby, and she was like, "Do not let him hold him. Like he is gonna
Mm.
get impetigo." And there's pictures of him, his nose all looking really rough, and he's just cuddling the little baby, and
Oh,
he never got anything. Like
yeah. I mean, you could
that was the
just see
coolest
how
part
it's
is that we
like,
were not scared of it. I wasn't like
yeah,
making him feel even more attacked by saying like, "Don't touch this, don't touch us, don't touch the baby." Yeah.
exactly. Because it would be so easy to have exacerbated that conflict. And also by like trying to like put stuff on it or like poke at it or like, okay, we're gonna go and like see the
Go to the
doctor about it or
doctor. Yeah.
whatever, right? Like it
Yeah.
would have triggered the exact same feeling that he had
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
the original conflict. Like you could see how
Which
it could last a very long time and be continually
or
relapse.
spread
Yeah,
as well.
totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Very awesome. Okay, do you want to share the cold sore story?
So this was this would have been January of 2025. So I at first it started as just like I felt some itching like right here.
Mhm.
Um and then like a day or two later like I noticed like there was a red spot and then like I would be it was dry.
Yeah.
So I was like probably like a week later it really turned into like a red type dry sore spot that was itchy. And like when I would eat, like it would crack. And
Yeah.
so it was a mess. It's right on your face. Uh so I initially, I looked it up and I was like, okay, it's a separation conflict. And I initially thought it had something to do with my husband, like kissing.
Hmm.
And I talked to him about it, got it off my chest, and it did not go away. And so I was stumped. Like I was really stumped. And it lasted a month. And then I started putting stuff on it because I was like, I've got to get rid of this. It's not getting any better. It kind of looks like it's worse. And then it lasted 2 months. And then I think I honestly started to kind of like meditate on it and ask my psyche like what is going on because I could not get rid of it. I don't really we haven't been to the doctor in years, so I wouldn't have went to the doctor for it, but um eventually it came to me. So I'll just be like completely transparent. I had my last son September 2024, and shortly after that I started smoking marijuana. And I all through my adult life have had like a unhealthy relationship with it. So it started out, I think, as like very mild, like once a week, just for like just to relax. And then because I have an unhealthy relationship with it, it grew.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to be doing it, but I did it for months until December 2024. until literally like I think the day after Christmas is when I stopped. And it was early January that I noticed
Hmm.
this. And so I somehow I remembered that. Like I remember like you stopped smoking
Right.
late December and you got it in January.
Hmm.
And it was probably like 2.5 months of having the symptom before I remembered that. And so I stopped putting stuff on it, all except for like tallow, just to keep it from cracking. Um, and once I realized that, it was a week before it went away. Like it was gone within a week of me realizing that, which was really cool. I don't know. I'm still confused with like the timeline. I'm still confused with how symptoms can go away like so quickly after you connect the dots because like in my head the symptoms are, you know, uh, relatable to the conflict in like length and intensity.
I mean, that's the theory, but in the reality, what happens is when you make the connection, the body
It
has a much speedier timeline available, it seems.
Yeah, that's one time when I saw it happen because I wasn't still having that conflict. Like I had, I
Yeah.
wasn't doing that anymore.
Yeah. And do
Um,
you think so when you made that connection, do you think like you connected with the like the shame of the smoking and the like, not wanting to be seen, not wanting to be known and like had some kind of like forgiveness or peace around it?
that's a good question. Maybe it was the realization that like like part of me wanted to smoke because it had always been a
Hmm.
relief for me, but also
Hmm.
part of me was shameful, and I don't think I ever really acknowledged like like the being ashamed of it.
Hmm.
It was just kind of natural for me to hide it, if that makes sense. Like I
Yeah.
never, yeah.
Right. You weren't like
And
telling
so
girlfriends
just
about it kind of thing.
no, and especially at that time because I had some friends who also smoked, but we had all quit like early 2024, right before I got pregnant with my son, and they
Okay, so
had
you were
not
having like
started
a
back
secret
up.
relapse. I see.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
right,
which was
right.
not, yeah, I was definitely,
So you make the connection, and then the symptom basically forces you to see the shame that was there, like that there was
yeah,
kind of a hidden emotional background stuff going on.
yeah.
Right.
Like, I knew it was a problem smoking while I was smoking, like I was like, I don't really want to do this, but I didn't realize how deep that went. Like, I really don't want to be the person that smokes. Like, I really just
Yeah.
don't want to be that person.
Right.
It's not healthy for me. Like,
Yeah.
emotionally, physically, spiritually, it's just not healthy for me. And I really didn't see that until like acknowledging, yeah, why I didn't want to do it. Like, it did make me look at, yeah. I mean, maybe that is why it went away
Yeah. I would bet
so
because you made
quickly.
the connection and then you had to like, feel some things you hadn't felt before. Also, I could be completely off, but aside of curiosity, I wonder if the reason that you actually had it for so many months, like I wonder if you could have been relapsing in like the desire to smoke, like you're not doing it, but like then the like, oh, right now I just wish I could go and smoke, and that, but then like the
That,
shame in that. So that would make sense of like, so symptom comes on as a resolution, let's say from stopping after several months. But then the fact that it lasted for so many months, there, I would imagine there was some like on and off relapsing going on, which easily you're like, oh, you're fighting the
that,
desire, and like,
absolutely, yeah. I mean,
mhm,
in my opinion, like it's an addiction. Like,
yeah,
it would fit that category as like once you're hooked on it, you really can't see your life without it.
hmm,
Excuse
hmm,
me, but that would fit the bill because there were probably a time or two where it almost looked like it was getting lighter. It looked like it
yeah,
was going away, and then I would be so like, why is this back?
yeah,
Full
yeah.
force, yeah.
Yeah. So then when you made the connection, when your psyche, popped it into your mind for you, then that was an opportunity to, like, because you could easily have just continued on that probably for months and months and months, still having the symptom. But I bet you, like, because you made the connection, then you had to like face the uncomfortable feelings, the shame, the embarrassment, the like, what kind of woman am
Mm-hmm.
I for doing this? What kind of mother am I? And once that was processed, then the body could stop the adaptation.
And also, I did like share this all with my husband like once,
Yes.
which I think probably has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Because then I didn't have all those feelings, in isolation.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of funny because even though I felt like he knew that I was ashamed, it just felt good to like get it off my chest,
Yes.
if
It's a
that makes
different
sense.
thing to like actually verbalize it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. Okay, well, do you want
Yeah.
to share the multiple people vomiting in the family?
Yeah, that's always fun. Okay. So this was last year,
Okay.
2025. We just recently moved to Kansas. And when we moved, we went from like 2 hours away from my mom and sister and nephew and niece to 8 hours away from them. So I was like, we're gonna go on a trip. We're gonna go see them. I don't like traveling, but we're gonna do this. And everybody was excited. Like we broke it up. We got a hotel. The way there was fine, but the way back, we were ready to get home. Like we drove 4 hours the first day, and then the second day, like we were honestly kind of miserable. The kids were every 5 minutes like, how much longer? Like, are we there yet? And I was like, no, we're not there yet. uh, we were all cranky. We all wanted to get home, and so um, we got home, and like 5-10 minutes after we get home, I'm on the toilet with diarrhea, and my daughter comes in. She is 4, and she's like, I gotta poop. And so like I had to like hop up because that was I was in the kids bathroom with the kids toilet. It was a big mess. So she had diarrhea, I had diarrhea, and then I think like 10 minutes after that, I had just joined the family back in the living room, and he would have been 7-year old son. He just hopped up, ran outside, and threw up. And I mean, he just threw up once. And honestly, after our first, like, we both got it, me and my daughter, I'm talking about, we both got everything out, and then we were good. Like, everybody just got everything out, and then we were good.
But not everybody had symptoms, right? Just a couple or three of you.
No, so it was me and 2 of my kids. So I have 4 kids. I have this one. He had no symptoms. He was good. And then my oldest,
Mm-hmm.
who was 9, he was good. No
Yeah.
symptoms at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah. So it's
So
kind of funny
simple.
because
It's just a simple
yeah,
story, right? Of like we got
we
home, resolution.
we
There
got
you
the
go.
morsel that we wanted, which was
Yeah.
just being home. Like as soon as we got home, we felt better. Like that's what we had wanted. It was relief. It was relief to be home.
Yeah.
Like, and so, my husband, he was like, what did you guys eat at the gas station? Like it must have been nasty. And we did eat nasty gas station food, but we all ate the same thing.
Yeah.
And so if it was the gas station food, then we would have all gotten sick.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it would have lasted a lot longer.
Yeah.
Because after we all, you know, got everything out, like we did talk about it, I was like, yeah, that's what our bodies, were doing. Like our bodies were adapting, changing is what I say, to help
Yeah.
us when we were so wound up, so upset about not being home. And
Yeah.
then when we got home, like it's gotta go back to normal. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This has been great.